Ready?
Okay.
We do.
Yeah. No, we don't need a slate for this. This is let me know when you're ready. Rolling. Tell me your name.
My name is Michael Lane.
What's your street name?
My street name is Bubba Lane.
Okay.
And
So
I give you
permission.
and I give you all permission to use my image.
Okay.
Now, I just happened to walk up here and see you guys here acting out a skit that was familiar to the lifestyle that we used to have on this corner here. We were raised and born in this corner here, and during the 70s to the 20s, this corner here was the most powerful drug-infested area in the country right here. But we used to call this corner here 16th Street, the Greenbow. But anyway, as I was coming up here, I saw y'all doing the skit, and that skit brought back some days that was familiar to how we used to portray ourselves when we was out there, not portray, but in real life, how we used to act. And with the guy that was transacting the drugs and the homeless man that was coming in on, them scene was so familiar because this street here was like I-95. You understand what I'm saying? This corner here and these buildings here were like New Jack City here. All these buildings here, if it was a drug on each spot, but we had guns on each spot. But then we had people out here hustling day and day. The skit that y'all just reenact right now, it just brought up the dead right here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all reacted something that was originally right here. You know what I mean? And I played that same role, serving, chain jacket, and I played that same role that man there, but a homeless man. I didn't have a buggy. But through it all, well, what he did translated to what I became with the man in the buggy. You know, and the long story short, when you sell, you become your best customer sometime, and you become homeless. So drug is a no-no. Right about now, we got a clique called the Bushwagger. And we was just about saying that if we could find somebody that really is direct, we would show y'all, and I'm going to tell you that our skit was showing up make money because we have, we write plays and stuff like that. We call the Bushwaggers No Turning Back. And the reason why we call ourselves the Bushwaggers, because it was a lot of abandoned buildings, but it was a lot of bushes. And then when, as addicts, crack addicts, when we used to have people coming out of bushes and they used to smoke and stuff like that there. But during the process of smoking, it was terror in that bush right here, you know what I'm saying? If you didn't have what we have, you came out, people were saying, I got beat, robbed, raped, stumped, and everything else, but guess what? I still had a fucking good time up in that motherfucker there. And I don't know, they just keep on coming back. It was that insanity thing. So what I'm trying to tell you right now, I'm about 8 years old, and I got my friend Maxine, she was one of the people that was out of here. I got 8 years clean of sobriety, but, and I got a B8, you know what I'm saying? So, but like I'm saying, this is my corner here. 16 and everything. I was born and raised in that apartment right there. Got ran over by a car when I was 8 years old right here. So practically I just hung on this store here. I sat here, I slept here, I did everything right here on this corner here. I went to jail so many times right here. I had a shootout in the streets right here. My life right here, on this spot right here. This spot right here was terror. Between 17th and 11th Street, it was a draw zone right here. It was the world greatest right here. You could hear about this corner here in Okinawa, Japan. We made history right here. So you can go to Miami Herald, you can look up the archives, they will tell you about this corner right here.
What changed?
Huh?
How did it change?
Well, it changed, but the thing has changed that when the Bushwaggers, the original Bushwaggers, decided that, you know what, we were sick and tired of being tired of living the lifestyle that we lived. So one day, I guess a few of us had a spiritual awakening as soon as got killed out here, as soon as OD out here. But the one that survived out here was able to get clean and come back and try to help others and not to do the same thing we did. Right now they got some kids out here that try to do what we did, but they can't do as near as we do. But anyway, I always tell them that, we are a non-profit organization that we trying to organize to tell kids that, the lifestyle that you chose, it's detrimental to yourself. In other words, we're back to try to get back to our community, you know what I'm saying? We still come in every day, but we don't hang out in old people places and things.
Okay, one question I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Just say a few words about your spiritual
My spiritual awakening?
Yeah.
Well, my spiritual awakening is when I did at least 17 years in and out of jail, you know what I'm saying? Thank God Almighty that, I never got caught with a firearm. But I carried all those things there. But my spiritual awakening came when the last day of 2004 when I got out of jail. And I stood up and I was homeless up under the bridge on 14th Street. And I said to myself, wow, man, it must be a better life. And when I looked up on the highway and saw the cars going backwards and forward, and I saw people doing what normal people would do, go to work and pay bills, and then I said that I want that life back. I wanted that life back. So I had took a chance on going into a shelter. I met myself into a shelter. And at the same time, when I met myself into a shelter, I said, if I ask the God of my understanding to allow me to walk through over time without a pipe in my hand, or without a gun on my pocket, or without that insanity in my mind that I want to hurt somebody or myself, that I'll be all right with that just for the day. And he allowed me to walk through this here jungle right here, this area right here, and clean and sober for that one day. And when I got that one day clean, all hell broke. I had that spirit of wicked dead. And you know what? I was free. I was free. I was free for me, you know what I'm saying, because I was self-destructive, you know what I'm saying. And I took that initiative with that one program. I ran with it for 8 years, you know, and I haven't looked back yet since then. I made plans. I said, I'm going to go back to school, and I'm going to get my BA. First, I'm going to get me some CDL license, which I ain't had a license in 20 years. You know, only thing you could identify me with was a pocket Bible and a stem. That's how the police recognized who I was. That's how he recognized who all of us was out here, because we didn't have credential to show, because we was always jumping out of second floor and windows and everything. And the crazy and funny thing about it, we got high just for the police to chase us. That was insane. It wasn't a high if the police didn't chase us.
Okay.
Okay.
So I want you to say real shortly to someone that's out there,
Well,
that awakening that you had. Tell them how to get there.
Well, you have to really be honest with yourself. Are you really ready to surrender? And then you got to be honest with yourself when you ask the God of your understanding to give you something. Are you ready to receive it? Because some people can ask God for a lot of things, but when He give it to them, are they ready to accept what's happening? Are they ready to identify the changes and be able to be sincere about changing? Because some people can ask God for it, and He will give it to you. But then when He give it to you, then you don't know how to handle it. Then you'll take your will back. So the folks out there, if you're not really, really ready to surrender this process of your new way of life of being soap and clean, then maybe your day will come. But until in desperation, we cannot make a change. It's got to be in desperation. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to hit your bottom, your last bottom. And then that's what it, for me, it only took one program. Maybe for others it might take several. But it's a process of willingness. You have to be willing to worry on to make a change in my life. Okay. And I made good change in my life. And I'm so proud to be standing here. But I'm so proud to walk down here because I thought y'all were getting ready to do something with this stove. This stove got a lot of history right here.
Okay, we're going to cut now.
Okay.
Good.